The past continuous tense is used to show actions that started in the past and continued into the present. In this video, you will learn the meaning of past continuous tense and its uses in sentences. Definition of past continuous tense in English. The past continuous tense is the tense that expresses an action that was taking place in the past and continued into the present. Also known as past progressive tense, it indicates actions that were active in the past and still ongoing in the present. Take for instance, I was talking to the course reseller. In the example above, we can tell that the action of talking is one that started in the past, as indicated by the use of the past tense auxiliary verb was and is currently in progress. However, the sentence appears to be incomplete, as though it is lacking some vital information for understanding the sentence better. Here is the expanded form of the sentence. I was talking to the course reseller when you called me. Now we have a solid background knowledge of what the sentence is trying to communicate. The action of talking to the course reseller was taking place before another action, called, occurred. With this new information, we can therefore agree that the past continuous tense is used when an action that began in the past was still in progress before another action, also in the past, began, or interrupted it. As we progress in the video, you would get a better understanding of the nuances of the tense. Structure of past continuous tense. The structure of the tense follows this pattern. Subject plus past tense of the auxiliary verb, be, plus the present participle form of an action verb. This translates to subject plus was or were, plus verb, ing. For instance, Meredith was thinking of a plan for some time. In the example above, we have a subject, Meredith, a past tense form of the verb, be, was, and an action verb in its present participle form, thinking. It is important to note that the auxiliary verbs, was, and, were, are not to be used interchangeably in forming the past continuous tense. Rather, we use was for singular subjects, and were for plural subjects. For instance, the workers were cleaning the church ahead of the next meeting. Here we used were because the subject, the workers, is in plural form. If it were in singular form, like the previous example, the appropriate verb to use would be was. Uses of the past continuous tense. The tense is used in the following types of sentences: affirmative sentence, interrogative sentence, and negative sentence. Affirmative sentence. The past continuous tense is used when forming sentences that provide factual statements and general truths. Some examples include: the students were attending classes from morning till evening. We were traveling to New Jersey for 2 whole days. Mike was visiting his distant cousins when he found out about his birth. Interrogative sentence. We also use the tense to ask questions or to make inquiries. In forming interrogative sentences with the tense, we switch the positions of the subject and the past tense form of the auxiliary verb, be. We don't need to add the past tense form of the auxiliary verb, do, which is, did, at the subject position, which is the case with the simple past tense. Some examples include: were you listening to the news on the radio? Was the chef cooking for 5 hours as they claimed? Was Mr. Humphrey watching the millionaire quiz on his system last week? Negative sentence. The tense is used when forming sentences that provide information about things that are no longer the case. In forming the negative sentences, we simply add the negator, not, after the past form of the auxiliary, be, or we form a contraction of the two words as in, wasn't. Some examples include: I wasn't playing the flute when the visitor drove in. The construction workers were not working diligently until they found out more work needed to be done. Bogart wasn't dancing to the countryside music for 10 minutes. When we want to indicate actions that began in the past, and continued until another action began, or was interrupted by another action, we use the past continuous tense. It is indicated by the following: actions that occurred before and after another, actions interrupted by another action, actions before or after a certain time, and actions occurring for a particular length of time. The structure of the tense is, subject plus past tense of the auxiliary verb, be, plus action verbs in past participle form. It is used in affirmative, interrogative, and negative sentences. Understanding the tense will better inform you on how to use it effectively both in speech and writing. See you soon.